Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is Renee with Family Reef Aquatics. In today's video, I have an update on our 40-gallon breeder reef tank that we set up about 2.5 months ago when we first moved into this home. And guys, I've been having a lot of stuff go on lately. That's the reason why I haven't posted anything, so I do apologize about that. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for updates, kind of wondering what's going on. I feel like the last video was just kind of bland, really boring, lame, didn't really put as much effort and time into it. So I want to come out with a better video for you guys today. Finally have some time on my hands. Kids ain't here, so I got some time. We're gonna make this video as cool as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you're new and just tuning in and you want to keep up to date with our first ever saltwater tank, subscribe down below, ding the post notification bell. That way you're notified every time I post a video. Let's go. All this video is gonna be about is my mistakes that I made early on to the journey, in my journey setting up my first saltwater tank, because there's a couple things that I must admit, there's a couple things that I made mistakes, and there's a couple things that I want to kind of touch base, especially with people who are new and wanting to get into the hobby, just like myself. So I want to show you guys the new scape. We scaped the tank, a new scape for it, move some things around. I want to show you guys the coral, show you guys the fish, and then we're gonna get a little bit deeper into the video, talk about everything else. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so check it out, man. This is our 40-gallon breeder reef tank here. And first and foremost, the setup, the most important thing. A lot of people who are new in the hobby get really freaked out when they start seeing a bunch of sumps and a bunch of extra other stuff. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that you shouldn't use those things, but what I will say is that it's possible to not have all that crazy stuff. If you're looking for more of a basic setup, depending on what you want. Is it really for fish? Is it really for corals? Is it for both? What you're looking for kind of really decides what you should get. But a lot of times there's people that are on a budget. Not everybody can afford the best, most priciest setup. So a lot of these items I bought off Amazon. A lot of this stuff I bought used from the marketplace on Facebook. So just gonna kind of give you guys a breakdown. So this Fluval 307 filter, canister filter, is what we have running the tank, and we did get this off of the Facebook marketplace. We also got this 40-gallon breeder tank and the stand off Facebook marketplace. This Wheels light, which is what I'm using, is a coral reef light that I got on Amazon for $87. Here's the settings that I run for the light for the tank. The blue settings and the white settings on an off power switch, and it is hanging from the ceiling. Approximately 14 to 17 inches, maybe 2 feet, I'm not sure, from the tank. It does provide heat, so obviously you don't want it too low. It's not a lot of heat, but there is some heat there. We did pick this up, thermometer from Amazon as well as our flow makers there, our little jets. It's a dual jet system here. There's the outtake, the intakes over here with the heater. Yeah, man, so really simple setup. There's nothing crazy about this setup, guys, nothing at all. It's really just kind of your basic setup. And a lot of the times, a lot of people were saying that I should be running this, I should be running that. This is what I've decided to run. It's working best for me. I haven't had any issues. I did get rid of the overhead filter that did have a surface skimmer on it. It had a bit of a leak. I can tell you that it did crystallize my water with the activated carbon, so I do wish to have that back in here. I probably will in the future get another over the hang filter so I can put the activated carbon and another protein skimmer. But for now, that one is not working. So the tank's been up and running for almost 3 months now, guys, and the nitrogen cycle has finally completed. Guys, I cannot tell you how much I stress this tank checking the water parameters every single day. So I'm gonna get into that in a bit and kind of go over more or less the journey, you know, kind of tell you guys some of the things that happened and everything like that. But let's just kind of start off with what we got in this tank, guys. So here's the new scape, guys. I'll post a picture of what it originally looked like when we first set it up, and you guys can let me know. Does this look better than the original setup? I think so. I think it looks bigger. I think there's more cave space for them. It gives them more obstacles as far as for them to be able to go into these tunnels and caves. It's not so cluttered in the center of the tank, right? So absolutely love this setup, guys. We have Green Star pull-ups there, which is doing really good, guys. It's actually growing some new pieces on it. See those little small pieces? Check them out, man. You can see a little one in there too in the middle right there. But yeah, man, there's our bubble tip anemone right there, doing real good. And we have some Gatorade zoanthids right here. We have our soft leather steel coral there. Our Duncan is not fully out yet. It's still been down since we did the scape. There's a hermit crab down there. And then we have our Kenya trees which we picked up here. I don't know if this is how they're supposed to look. I know they get irritated with these hermit crabs and snails always running around. I feel like they're not supposed to be laying sideways, but still trying to figure out a place for them. They're still doing good though. I mean, they're still moving. They're still, you know, they close at night, they open up during the day. So let me know in the comment sections. Any advice you guys can give me on the canyon trees, greatly appreciated. There's our pulsing zinnia right there, doing really good. As you can see, it's more bushier than before. It's growing little heads now on the bottom. It's in a great place, not a lot of movement, and I think it's very happy right there. So that's pretty good there. What else here? We have our torch coral up top, which I think is doing really good. Up here, we have some yellow corals right here. I don't know if these are related to the zoanthids, but they kind of look similar, but I don't know the actual name of these. It was kind of like a very last minute pickup, but I really do like them. I think the yellow pops on these guys big time. We got some green zoanthids up top right here. We have these corals as well. And then my favorite coral, the elegance coral. Just absolutely stunning and beautiful, man. Beautiful. It just stands and pops in this tank. But guys, what do you guys think, man? Does it look good or what? I think it looks amazing, man. And also, guys, now that we made some more room here, we can add more zoanthids and smaller corals. You know, we can start covering up these rocks, throw some mushrooms in here. I mean, there's so much more we can do with all this space. So really excited and happy about that for sure. Now with the fish, you guys know what we got in here, man. We haven't lost any fish, thankfully. 2 Ocellaris clownfish. We have a designer clown and a blue tang, guys. She's getting real big. They're all eating, very healthy and happy. They're very friendly. I love these fish, man. They're like little puppies. Every time I come up to the tank, they get all excited. I do plan on adding some more stuff in here as far as livestock goes. I do want a cleaner shrimp, probably a fire red shrimp or a bandit shrimp, I think it's called. Coral bandit shrimp or something like that. And then see how the hermit crab is messing with the Kenya? Come on, bro. But anyways, also I want to get maybe a firefish or some type of other. I saw this convict tang that I really like. I don't want to overly stock this tank. I feel like with the fish I have in here, it's pretty much good enough. I know the blue tang is going to get bigger and eventually grow out into a bigger tank, but we do have plans for that. So no worries about the blue tang. I know she gets big. We have other things going on and we're going to start working on that very soon, another project. But other than that, guys, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 more fish in here. Let me know in the comment sections if you guys want to see something different. Comment down below what I should put in here. If you guys have any suggestions or ideas, what should I put in here? What other stock should I put in here? Gobies, I don't know. Let me know. Anyways, guys, so as you guys can see, man, the tank's coming along really well. We have 0 nitrite, 0 ammonia. I think the nitrate is a little, like, I think it's like the 2nd level down. So it's not like it's harmful. Yeah, it's just it's like the 2nd one down on the chart. But other than that, 0 nitrite, 0 ammonia, pH is in the middle. Everything's looking real good. I wish I had the numbers down for you guys, but yeah, I did a test like 2 days ago. So, but yeah, man, so as you guys can see, everything's going good, man. Tank's looking really nice, crystal clear water, and the scape is looking phenomenal. I'm really happy with the way this tank is turning out. And let me know in the comment sections. You guys like the way this tank looks, man? You think it's looking good? You think it's off to a good start? What other corals or what other things should we put in this tank? Let me know in the comment section down below. With that being said, I want to go over now, kind of more or less explain the journey to you guys and kind of just break down what I went through with this whole tank setup. So let's get to it. First, let me get some water because we've been talking for a minute. But all right, guys, kind of just want to break down kind of what I went through this whole process. Some of my mistakes that I know I for sure made, you know, what's basically transpired over the past 2.5 months with having this tank. First, I just want to say that to all the experienced reefers who had an issue with me rushing the process, I do want to say that I apologize because it was never my intention to try to make it seem like I knew everything and try to tell everybody what, you know, what they should do or how they should do things. This was really just the way I did it, and it did work. Obviously, I didn't lose no fish, and my tank has gone through the nitrogen cycle, fully cycled. And I mean, obviously it's not a 6-month or even longer year-old tank. It's still a new immature tank, but it's through the nitrogen cycle is what I'm trying to say. Really, man, for those of you who are thinking about getting into the game, definitely don't rush the process, because all you're going to do is really just cause yourself stress. You know, the minute I put fish in here, days after, we did have obviously nitrite spikes, ammonia spikes, which is a common thing when you put the fish in. There's waste that starts to build up, there's food that starts to sit in the aquarium, and it just causes an ammonia spike, which leads into nitrite spike. Then obviously nitrite turns into nitrate. Don't rush the process, man. Just definitely take your time. There's no need for it. You're gonna cause yourself stress. I was testing my tank every single day, bro. Every day testing my tank and just stressing myself out, because every day I expected a change in the nitrite. I expected it to get better every day, but all I was doing was making myself mad because I was so scared that I was gonna lose my fish. But that's why they say give it a month or two and let your tank fully cycle, because see, it's one thing to stress about it taking long, but knowing that you have fish in there and you spend money and that you could potentially lose your fish is what's scary. So, and there's no reason to kill a fish or risk losing a fish and lose money. It's just, no, there's no point in that. So definitely would suggest just waiting and being patient. If you do start off with clownfish, obviously they're hardy fish and they could handle the higher levels of water. So, that is a way and a route you can take. But as far as putting like an expensive blue tang in there, and buying all these other fish, that are more pricier, the designer clown was expensive. Just definitely take your time, bro. Start off with one fish, and see how it goes, and take your time. I do want to say though, that there was a time where I put too much of the microvert, which is the coral food liquid, and I overdid it, and the whole tank became cloudy. I mean, it was to the point where I almost gave up. I was like, holy shit, like this is just too much work, bro. Like I don't want to do this anymore. And it got really cloudy. It was cloudy for a few days. And I said, you know what? I have to do a water change. It's probably a bacteria bloom. Bunch of stuff gets into your head. And then you start searching things. You start trying to do everybody's methods, and nobody's methods are working. Everybody's experiences are different. Did a water change. And when I did the water change, about a week later, the tank was crystal clear again. So I was like, cool, never ever do that again. Pay attention to what you put in your tank. That's all I can say. When it comes to feeding or adding vitamins, just don't overdo it. Really pay attention to the instructions on these pamphlets that come with these vitamins and foods, or on the back of the product itself, but pay attention. That's all I can say. That was scary. And then, just like I said, testing the water and seeing the nitrite up every day. What I can say, if you're somebody new, the most important thing is prime. I really think prime is the most important thing and product that you can buy just in general, because that specific product was basically what was keeping my fish safe, because it's a detoxifying product that detoxifies ammonia, nitrite, and any type of other hard metals inside the water that comes from tap water. So definitely want to buy yourself prime. I can definitely recommend that for sure. The prime is going to be your security blanket. But priming your tank every single day because you're worried about losing fish was a headache, bro. Absolute headache. And like I said, man, I'm a very impatient guy. I wanted to see fish in here, and I wanted to see it running and looking amazing, because saltwater tanks are beautiful, man. They just bring so much peace to your home, and it's just so soothing to watch, But yeah, man. So basically, long story short, the whole process was stressful because I was worried about losing fish. And obviously I just was like, when is this going to be over? When is the nitrite cycle going to be over? For everybody, it's different. Sometimes it can be longer than others. So officially now we have no nitrite, right? No ammonia. So the tank is good to go. Obviously, whenever I wanted to buy a fish, I was so sketchy and skeptical, because I'm like, do I really want to buy this fish knowing that my nitrite is up? And it just was a disaster, having to just wanting to put fish in there, but also having fish in there knowing that they could die. Don't rush it, guys. Don't rush it. Seriously, don't be like me. Don't rush the process. If you do rush the process because you're like me and you just can't wait, make sure you have prime. That's all I can say. Just have prime your tank every day, and hopefully, I'm not saying guaranteed, but hopefully they should be fine. Now, what I can say though is I have learned a lot. I've learned how these corals work. I've learned the fish, their feeding habits, how much to feed them, all of these important things that you have to know when it comes to having a tank, because I feel like with saltwater tanks compared to freshwater tanks, things can take a big turn really fast. So you have to just be very careful with what you're putting in your tank. I also will say this, dude, my saltwater tank evaporates quick. I'm constantly topping it off, So definitely in the future, want to come up with some type of top off system, because it's getting annoying. So, and I don't want the lid on just because it gets really dirty and salty, like dried salt comes on the tank and it kind of takes away from the light. So I really don't want to have that lid up there. So I'm trying to figure out right now what's the best working top water system. And then as far as like placing a lid, maybe a mesh net or something, I don't know. But those are the next things we're going to work on. But pretty much just wanted to say that, man, the journey has been fun. It's been exciting. I'm very happy that we've come to an end with the nitrogen cycle. Obviously, you have to be prepared for all future scenarios of things that might possibly happen with ammonia spikes. Still got to test your water. And yeah, man, I'm really happy with the way my tank's turning out. I think it's looking really nice and I can't wait to add more stuff in there. So I just wanted to kind of share those experiences with you and just kind of help you guys out. You want to set up your first saltwater tank, take it slowly, man, step for step, and don't rush the process. Definitely don't rush the process. Save yourself a headache and stress of testing your tank every day. It's just not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. But yeah, man, I'm happy with the way the tank's turning out. I think it looks really good. My home is coming good. I dropped soda earlier on there, so we have to wash the cushion. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think, man. Do you guys like the way it's looking, man? I think it looks really nice. Really happy with this setup, y'all. Anyways, I'll catch y'all later, man. Y'all have a safe weekend. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Let's go, Canelo.